Happy January 1st. Oh, no, it's not. It's February 1st. Happy February 1st, everybody. And you might be able to hear the noise. We had to turn the air conditioning on. It's over 80 degrees today here in Long Beach, California, and we are beside ourselves. None of us were ready for this heat. Huh, bud? Were we ready for the heat? No. So you've got your emotional support rabbit. We were not ready for the heat wave. Not even a little. Okay, so here's the plan. The plan is I'm going to be making this sweet potato cheese sauce, and I'm going to be putting it on top of pasta, and that is going to be dinner. Should be right. Sorry, got a phone call. So basically, diced up sweet potato, onion, and carrot. Now I've covered it in water and just a little bit of this powder veggie broth. And now I'm just waiting for it to boil so it softens all the veggies. Cool. So I went ahead and added some broccoli from the garden that was on the edge of flowering. And what else did I add? There was also one pepper that actually had come to term, so I went ahead and threw that in there as well. Me following a recipe? Never. I let it cool for like 2.5 seconds. I put everything with the spices and everything that it says to put in it, and cashews, and now I'm gonna blend it. Here we go. I know this isn't a problem that's always shown on film, but this always happens to me. Yes, I did add broth to it. Does it seem to matter at this point? No. Looks good enough to me. Now we wait. Otis, are we going on an adventure? Yeah? Here we go. Brutus is a road dog. Yes. I'm frustrated. So let me go over what's happened. I'm to the point with the anthology that I'm helping make with Says Publishing, the company that my mom and I started. And there's a function on Word that allows you to hyphenate words if they're a little bit too long and they're the last word on the line. What will normally happen in Word is it'll just bump that word down to the next line of text, but then you end up with a bunch of space on the previous line, and it's a little awkward. So you can make them hyphenate. Another setting that's on Word is you can make your table of contents automatically update. So when things shift and change, you don't have to go to the table of contents and constantly change which page chapter 1 or 2 starts from. Those two things are extremely helpful. And when I attempted to upload a Word document that had those two functions turned on, I kept getting proofs, this being the most recent one, where those two things were not working. I kept getting old table of contents that were not correct, and I kept getting awkward spacing on lines because the words were not automatically hyphenating. And I realized, after poking around in the launch preview function on KDP Amazon Publishing, that those two functions are not compatible. I saved it as a PDF file. I checked the file, then I uploaded that file to KDP Amazon. And now the launch preview section has the correct table of contents, and it has the correct hyphenation function that I wanted to see on the pages. So now I have to get yet another printed proof just to make sure that it works and that everything's good. So it's a little bit farther into the process than I wanted. I wanted to be done today. I really did, but that's not going to happen because I have to wait for them to print another proof and to send it to me. And what's really funny is that on the launch previewer, I didn't notice either one of these things. So having a printed copy really helps me focus on the text and what I'm actually looking at, so I can notice details like this. So as frustrating as it is that I have to pay for another proof to be printed and wait and then look at it again, I do know that that, for me, is the best way to get the best product that I can create. So let the wait continue. I messed up. I can't tell you how many times through Says Publishing I have been the one in charge of actually making the books be available for the public for purchase. I don't know why I can't get it through my head, and I have to relearn this lesson every single time, that KDP Amazon Publishing has a 72-hour review window. So I just sat down this morning to try and publish both the ebook and the paperback, and both of them are not going to be promised to be available for at least 72 hours. If I'm lucky, it'll be faster than that, and I just feel so stupid for forgetting that because it was supposed to be published today. But I mean, it's done, it's out of my hands. I let the other contributors to the anthology know that, you know, it's in Amazon's hands now, and as soon as I know that it's available, I will let them know via email. February has been one of the longest months. I just dropped my husband off at the airport. He has a business meeting, and it is quite high stakes at this point. I just was told yesterday that he was also told yesterday that if his company doesn't get at least one contract out of the several that they're pitching right now, they're going to start laying people off, which is a very different place from where we were this time last year, where they had so many contracts and so many jobs that everybody was feeling the crunch. My husband was pretty much overworked, I would say. Almost every single day there was more than what he could get through in a single day. And it's so wild that it's completely flipped in under a year. And it's also very strange that I haven't been able to get like a real job since I graduated at the end of 2024. And I know things are a lot worse for a whole lot more people. And I know that there's a lot of really bad things going on right now. I'm very much aware of it, and I'm trying to stay on top of it so that I at least know what's happening. But the world just seems to be just falling apart, doesn't it? I've tried to even contribute to my local area. I've put out applications to volunteer at various places, and no one ever contacts me back. It's the most bizarre thing. Everything from shelters, libraries, trash pickup things, cleaning up the beach groups. Like, it's so strange. No one contacts me back. And it's like, so do you have enough volunteers, or is the person who's supposed to look at these applications online not doing it because they're so overworked doing something else? It's the strangest thing. It's so strange. Everything is so strange. And I just keep looking around at the house. And I know my husband didn't tell me to worry, but he just wanted me to be aware of the situation. And now I'm looking around and I'm like, well, if we have to leave because we can't afford to pay the rent here, what do I sell first? What do I keep? You know, is it worth it to try and keep stuff, put it in storage, or do I move it to my mom's house? Or do I just let it go and make it easier on everybody? It's really weird. At least we don't have any kids, right? That would just make things so much more awful, wouldn't it? Update, whatever. All right, so we've got the Kindle ebook has been posted. The paperback is still in review. It is still, in fact, the 25th, and I am tired. My husband is home, and I'm thrilled. It is good. Also, the paperback has been published and made available on Amazon. I will put the links to both the ebook and the paperback down below in case anybody is interested. But that's it. February's almost over, and boy, was it a month. Thank you for watching this vlog. Thank you for making it this far, and I will see you in March.